Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl and the Plain High Priestess, of course, and you know. But anyway, I came because I want to tell the story that I got. It's like when I smoke, I get the best downloads. But anyway, it's a theory of a story. I started telling it. It started coming to me in downloads and poems. So like right now, I'm just listen to the story. It's a theory. But just listen to it. Okay, so my whole journey as the Palladian is basically it's where it starts. So just remember that, okay? And remember that Palladians are supposed to be blue-eyed with blonde hair. Just remember that, okay? All right. So the whole thought and the whole concept, the whole point came up from the simple fact I was thinking like, why do black men and black women they don't like each other like uh that it's like they got some type of animosity towards each other. And everybody always say it's because of slavery. Okay, that's as far back as your memory can uh remember the trauma. Okay. But what I got was it started way back before then, okay? Of course you guys are everybody awakening to who they really were, okay? You were kings and queens, okay? Yes. Yes you were. All right, so this is your planet. We already know the mitochondrial birth birthed the things that's on manifested the things that was on this planet. All right, so and we know that this planet 144. When I was thinking this, that this planet is basically set up for us of a certain skin tone to have an advantage. Okay, stick with me, just stick with me, cause this is gonna blow y'all mind. It's not what you think, not what you think. Okay, so all right, so we understand that. But the trauma, I'm like, why? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, why is this? So my first thought was like, okay, well, we know when the fathers was out of the home, the mother, of course, from her trauma, abused her authority. So that very son, she molded him into the beast that he was, and he had a disdain from her. But it didn't start there. It went back further and further. Okay, so the women say in slavery, the men didn't stand up and didn't protect them. Okay, from the slave master. Okay, yeah, but it didn't start there. Just keep going back. So we already figured out through this awakening that we lived long, long, long ago, before the pyramids was even made. Okay, so let's just start there. Okay, let's start in the garden first of all. Adam and Eve. Okay, we know about Adam and Eve and we know about Lilith, right? Okay, so just stick with me. All right, so Adam, Adam is the son of God, and the sons of God, okay, were here. Okay, the majestic lion, beautiful. You look at him; he's gorgeous. He's everything. You know, he inspires you to create. So the whole thing was when God decided to make his equal in God's image, which would be the feminine to his masculine. So the sons of God got upset, right? When this feminine was made, right? But she was really made as his guardian. She would manifest everything else through her portal, right? Okay, stick with me. I don't want to lose myself. So she would manifest everything for God through her portal, and she would be a protector of the lion as everything becomes manifest. All right. So, but the sons of God, let's just remember now, the sons of God were upset. You know, we always hear that it was Lucifer said, "What you making them for? You know, I'm the best thing you got." You know what I'm saying? What you making them for? So they already had animosity towards each other. Okay, so they were supposed to be each other's mates. So because of this disdain, God had to hide the feminine, which I refer to as a daughter of Zion, in a secret place, which would be here, somewhere that she was able to manifest. Okay, here. So the sons of God found this place, right? Because the daughters of Zion were supposed to be virgins, like the Black Madonna. Okay, stick with me. All right, so they found this place. They came in, even though it was being guarded. They came in and they took themselves wives, which it says in the Bible. Okay, which you took yourselves wives. You did a sin against your father, the creator. Okay, and then you had children. So once that happened, because God was making you a mate, which would be, if you wouldn't have did what you did and he would have had to hide him 555, which would be Eve. Okay, Eve was fair. You understand? Eve was fair. Okay, let's just say that. Understand me now. Eve was fair. Okay, I've had to pause for a second because I'm just listen to me. I'm speaking as I'm getting like the download. So I'm thinking like, okay, what about the part with them? They had a disdain for each other. So before they took themselves wives, so that means they decided that, oh, this is my wife, but that wasn't what God wanted, right? God did not want the feminine to be touched. So that wasn't no real marriage. So because they did that, they wasn't planning on sticking with us as a wife. They were going to do exactly what God did. They rebelled against God. So they were just like God made the divine feminine his equal. They decided to make Eve, okay, to spite the feminine. And they made Eve fair, so that Eve would um strike jealousy into the feminine, right? This is the story that they tell, 722. But what I'm getting for my Palladian star seeds is, no, indeed, that they didn't make Eve. Eve did not come from them. Eve didn't come from the mitochondrial E as a manifestation either. She came from a whole nother planet. So the sons of God went and captured these women from another planet and brought them here into this planet where they would be weak and they would be able to be overtaken, because this is not their planet, right? Just stick with me. This is not their planet. So they brought this woman here because this woman was fair and she would strike jealousy into this daughter of Zion that he was forced to marry, because he came down and raped her. Instead of going through the marriage, he did not want her as a wife. She was Lilith. He cast her into the abyss. So he went to another planet and brought Eve. So Eve was supposed to be a slave to him and his sexual needs, because the feminine Lilith would not submit to him in the way that he wanted to. So he went to another planet and brought this fair woman here, where she would be less powerful because she doesn't belong here. So our Father gave her certain powers to be able to tame and make this masculine bring him to his knees. So since they did that, one of Eve was able to escape and go bring back her brethren, like the Viking soldiers, back over here, where they would be weaker on this planet. Just stick with me now. And when Eve did that, it struck jealousy into the sons of God, because this man was also fair and very beautiful and fierce, because the Most High God, as punishment for him doing this great sin, took away his badge of courage, locked it in a box, and put it inside his feminine, and she wouldn't know it was there until he awakened it. And that's why that masculine, let me see, I think that's kind of how it went, basically, when I was getting in my head. And basically, when it boils down to, I'm gonna come back in and fill it in. It's not, I'm just going off basically the download, because I just had to get it out. So basically, they are slaves. They were brought here to be slaves to us because of our jealousy for one another. Basically, even it could even be, from what I'm gathering, it could even be that once he did that, the feminine, it struck jealousy in her, so she went over there and captured the masculine, brought him back over here, right? And he, because the Most High God had already stripped away his courage, this warrior man that she brought back over here was stronger than him. And the reason why he never had a hate for her is because when she brought him over here, she didn't bring him over here to be a slave or a sex slave like he did they did Eve, but they brought him back over here as an ally to free Eve, and also capture their masculine, which would be the son of God, right? But they had fallen so far that they had lost that title because they rebelled. Excuse me, get some water. So, but what ended up happening, because she did that and didn't wait on God, he punished her and allowed this warrior, as when he set Eve free and her other sisters, okay, he punished the feminine, the daughters of Zion, for doing that, because we did something up ahead of him, okay? Basically, that man became wild, and we wanted that man. No, I think it was like, hold on, y'all, just stick with me, because I'm just saying, y'all, this coming off as like a download, right? So it was like, when she brought him back over here, she didn't realize once her equal was brought to his knees and submissive to this warrior that came over here to free his sister, that they would be together. Because of his courage, the feminine fell in love with that warrior and was jealous of his feminine, okay? And so it was like she put some type of love spell on her, where she would fall in love with her masculine because she wanted the warrior, right? So God punished her and allowed both the masculine and feminine to go into slavery from the very people that they brought over here, out of jealousy and hate for each other. It's just a theory, y'all. That's the reason why it was like changing back and forth as I was going. It was like you brought people here where they would be less, their power wouldn't be as strong, as basically ways to make each other jealous. Although the Lilith didn't want to enslave, when she brought the Eve's brethren over here to free her, she wanted to use this man's power to get back in position. And God punished both of them and allowed these people that that belonged to another planet to rule them. And now Palladians come back as looking just like the daughter of Zion, but they actually are Palladians, to get them out of this planet because they don't belong here, right? And then you have to help them get out of here because you brought your forefathers brought them here, and the sins are falling upon you. So if you want to get back in position, You have to set these people free because they was never meant to be here and serve you. They are powerful in their own way on their own planet because they have a planet that is built for what they need. Like this planet is built for you and your needs. And it's just a theory. Deuce.